On live TV, Sophie Cunningham called out the Fever president without holding anything back. Her comments hit much harder than anyone expected, and people inside the organization were suddenly dealing with serious pressure.
I got her, but at the very end, and I'm not saying this is what caused it, but she dipped a little bit. Yeah. But she did dip, and then right when I was like, oh shit, like my bad. Not really my bad. And then they both came at me, I was like, fuck it, come.
Did you get fined for that?
Yeah, like $900, which like our fines are a joke.
The coolest part about that fight is that your face.
If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 83% of the people watching still haven't subscribed. It's completely free, takes only a second, and it really helps support the channel. Have you subscribed yet? If you have, thank you so much for the support. Now, let's get back to what happened. This wasn't just another viral moment that disappeared after a day. It quickly turned into a much bigger story. Questions started piling up, old decisions were being examined again, and the conversation around the league reached a whole new level. We've got the timeline, the reactions, and the key details that had everyone talking. At first, it looked like a completely normal post-game interview. No huge headlines, no unexpected moments, just another player answering questions after the game. But in less than 15 seconds, Sophie Cunningham completely changed the mood with one powerful statement. If you do not think Caitlin Clark is the league's face, you are a stupid.
People are doing this. Two Caitlin Clark teammates weren't jumping in there. They bring in Sophie Cunningham. I had no idea. Sophie Cunningham was a black belt at the age of 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boom!
Wow.
JC Sheldon, that's cute. You want to poke her in the eye, then push her into a boom, Mabry thing? Go ahead. I'll take a take foul, and you'll eat the deck a little bit here. And then we'll get out. I love it. I know people aren't going to like this. I like the Connecticut team doing what they did.
That quote spread everywhere almost instantly. Whether people agreed or disagreed, it sparked non-stop debate across social media and sports shows. Many saw it as a direct challenge to critics, longtime veterans, and league leaders who had stayed quiet instead of addressing the growing conversation. Suddenly, people weren't just talking about basketball anymore. They were arguing about leadership, marketing, respect, and the future of the league. Within minutes, the internet exploded with reactions from every direction. On TikTok, dramatic edits with action movie style cuts started spreading everywhere. Over on Twitter, long threads turned Sophie Cunningham into a fearless defender in the eyes of many fans. Instagram filled up with memes, reels, and tribute posts. People gave her nicknames like the Enforcer, the Bodyguard, and the Last True Survivor. But there was one part that didn't get nearly as much attention because it wasn't a short viral soundbite. To many viewers, it sounded like someone who was simply tired of polished answers, fake smiles, and carefully managed public statements.
Yeah.
Just tomorrow, you're on the Las Vegas Strip. What can the Las Vegas expect from Sophie?
Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna be me. I don't go in there trying to predetermine anything. I'm dialed in. I need to focus on hitting my shots, making sure I'm executing the schemes right. I'm not focused on the extracurricular activities. And you know what? During that, it was just part of the game. I think the refs had a lot to do with that. It was a build up for a couple of years now of them just not protecting, the star player of the WNBA. And so at the end of the day, I'm going to protect my teammates. That's what I do. And I'm a team player.
Cunningham wasn't just showing support for Caitlin Clark. She made it clear she was willing to stand beside her through the criticism and the pressure. While fans debated every word online, Indiana's leadership faced growing attention as reporters and supporters waited to see if anyone else would respond. There didn't seem to be an immediate answer ready. Before we go any further, if you think Sophie's comments added something important to this conversation, hit the like button. The more people join the discussion, the harder it is for the story to be ignored. There's no question that Caitlin Clark has brought huge attention to the WNBA, helping drive headlines, TV ratings, and merchandise sales. But according to Sophie, that attention should also come with stronger support when difficult moments happen during games. She made it clear she wasn't afraid to question what she believed was an unfair double standard. Then she turned her attention toward officiating and league leadership. She argued that players are sometimes treated differently and suggested Clark wasn't getting the support she deserved.
You guys, you can hear it in the video right here. The Indiana Fever fans were chanting, Sophie, Sophie. Sophie's jersey is going to sell out tonight. She's going to be in the All-Star game tonight just from this one play because she was standing on business. It wasn't a dirty play. It was an intentional foul. And
if it were me, I would be kicked out, but Caitlyn received no help, no complaint, and terrible justice. That quote quickly became one of the biggest talking points online. The reaction was immediate. The clip spread across social media. Fans printed t-shirts with references to her comments, and signs inspired by the debate started appearing in the stands.
And how egregious the referees were and how they were not protecting players, and they especially weren't protecting the #1 player in this league.
To many supporters, Sophie's interview felt bigger than a normal post-game media session. It sounded like a challenge for people to pay closer attention to what was happening around the league. As the conversation grew louder online, many fans also noticed there wasn't an immediate public response from team leadership, which only added more speculation and debate. No public statement, no strong defense, just silence. As that silence continued, frustration across the fan base kept growing. Many people questioned whether the league was doing enough to support one of its biggest stars, while also benefiting from the attention surrounding her. According to Sophie Cunningham's comments, this wasn't just about a few controversial calls. She was raising bigger questions about how the league handled its biggest moments. To many fans, this wasn't simply a public relations problem anymore. It became a debate about accountability. Sophie's viral interview pushed that discussion into the spotlight and left people asking tough questions. Should the league speak up more when its biggest names become the center of controversy? Or should it continue letting the conversation play out on its own? Suddenly, everyone wanted answers. Fans had reached a point where many no longer wanted carefully scripted responses. Every hard foul, every controversial whistle, and every quiet moment from league officials added more emotion to the debate. Sophie may have sparked the conversation, but thousands of fans helped spread it across every major social media platform. This wasn't just longtime WNBA followers talking anymore. Clark supporters, YouTube creators, TikTok commentators, and sports accounts across Twitter all jumped into the discussion. Many argued that Clark was taking repeated physical play while the league's response wasn't strong enough. In the middle of all that, Sophie Cunningham became a symbol for fans who wanted someone to speak openly instead of waiting for carefully planned public statements. TikTok edits started appearing everywhere, mixing dramatic music with game clips and captions like, "She is being mauled and they call it defense." Sophie's interview was edited into highlight videos that spread rapidly across social media. One viral post even said, "I have never seen a WNBA game before, but I would go to fight for Sophie." Within just a couple of days, interest around Sophie surged online. Her social media following reportedly climbed rapidly, jerseys became harder to find, and fans shared messages about how much they appreciated her willingness to speak her mind. Meanwhile, official league responses remained focused on general statements about sportsmanship, league conduct, and respect between competitors, while the debate online only continued to grow. There were no deeply personal answers, no direct message about Caitlin Clark, and that silence only made the debate even louder. For many fans, this had grown far beyond controversial calls on the court. It became a conversation about trust, leadership, and whether the league was doing enough to support its biggest stars. Sophie wasn't finished making her point either. If you do not stand up for her, you are alienating the same individuals who are attempting to preserve your league. That line spread across social media in a flash. Fans repeated it in posts, printed it on t-shirts, and turned it into signs at games. Whether people agreed or disagreed, it became one of the most talked about quotes in the entire debate. What do you think? Is Sophie the only player willing to question how things are being handled? Let us know in the comments who you think could be the next player to speak out, because this conversation doesn't seem to be slowing down. By this point, the discussion was no longer focused only on Caitlin Clark. Sophie's comments had opened the door to a much bigger conversation about the league's future, player treatment, and growing expectations from fans. The attention the WNBA has received over the past year has brought incredible opportunities, but it has also brought tougher questions that many people now want answered. Many supporters believe long-standing rivalries, disagreements, and frustration between players have become more visible than ever. Others strongly disagree and see the physical play as simply part of high-level professional basketball. Whatever side people take, one thing is clear: the debate has become impossible to ignore. Supporters of Clark point to the ratings, sold-out arenas, and growing interest in the league as proof of her impact. They argue that everyone benefits when the sport reaches a larger audience. Critics have different views, but the discussion continues to grow with every game and every headline. Then Sophie delivered another quote that many fans quickly shared online. "This is what we have always wanted. Why are we angry that it is finally happening?" For many viewers, that wasn't just another memorable interview moment. It became a question that sparked even more discussion about the league's direction and how it should respond to its rapidly growing audience. Some believe she had said what others were thinking but hadn't expressed publicly. Sophie never claimed she wanted to become the face of this debate, but after speaking openly, many fans began viewing her as one of the strongest voices in the conversation. While league officials continued to focus on standard public statements, discussions across social media kept getting louder, with supporters waiting to see what would happen next. Now the spotlight is brighter than ever, and the pressure continues to build. Caitlin Clark has helped bring huge attention to the league, and Sophie Cunningham's comments added another major chapter to an already intense conversation. This story is far from over. Share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update.